One in a Million, Part 2. Venus the cat became internet famous for having a face split perfectly down the middle. One side black with a green eye, the other side orange with a blue eye. She's a natural-born chimera, meaning her body contains the DNA of two separate embryos fused into one. In 2015, Massachusetts man Richard Knoll needed to break a $100 bill. So he went to a local convenience store and bought a couple of scratch-off tickets for the first time in his life just to get the change. It turned out to be one of the best off-the-cuff decisions of his life, since one of the tickets was the $10 million jackpot winner. In 2013, ABC News reporter Amy Robach had a mammogram taken live on TV to promote breast cancer awareness. It just so happened that she actually did have cancer, and the procedure likely saved her life. In 2013, a 39-year-old Brazilian woman named Adriana wanted to find her mother who abandoned her when she was a baby. So she went on a TV show and ended up finding her mom through the power of the internet. The two had an emotional reunion, but her mother revealed that she had also abandoned Adriana's infant brother, Leandro. In a shocking twist, Adriana's husband, whom she had a daughter with, turned out to be her biological brother, Leandro. But despite the pair being siblings, they vowed to never separate. One in a Million, Part 3. In 1923, a 2-year-old Scotch Collie English Shepherd mix named Bobby was on a cross-country road trip with his family from Oregon. But while stopping in Wolcott, Indiana, Bobby was chased off by a pack of stray dogs and suddenly disappeared. The family searched everywhere and posted flyers, but eventually had to return home, heartbroken and assuming they'd lost him forever. But 6 months later, in February of 1924, Bobby miraculously appeared on their doorstep in Oregon, muddy, mangy, and with worn-out paws, but very much alive. Over time, witnesses along the way came forward. Bobby had been spotted crossing the Rocky Mountains, swimming across rivers, begging for food at farms, and walking across the snow in multiple states. By retracing those sightings, it was estimated that he had traveled over 2,500 miles alone, somehow navigating back to the home he hadn't seen in months. The story captivated America as he became famous nationwide, and thousands attended his funeral when he passed away in 1927. Scientists said the odds of it happening were 1 in 74 trillion. While 34-year-old Ann Hodges was napping on her couch in Alabama in 1954, a softball-sized meteorite tore through her roof, bounced off a radio, and slammed into her side, leaving a massive bruise but miraculously sparing her life. She had become the only confirmed person in history to be struck by a meteorite. The space rock triggered a legal battle between Anne and her landlord over ownership, but it ended up in Anne's possession. The rock is now on display at the Alabama Museum of Natural History. Tom Cruise divorced all 3 of his ex-wives when they turned 33, and each is 11 years younger than the last. In 2009, a retired policeman named Geraint Wolford was admitted to Abergele Hospital in North Wales. Amazingly, it just so happened that he was put next to another retired policeman named Geraint Wolford. The men weren't related, had never met, and were the only 2 people in Europe named Geraint Wolford. In 2004, Grandma Dorothy Fletcher suddenly suffered a heart attack on her flight to Florida. When the stewardess asked if there was a doctor on board, 15 people quickly stood up. It was a group of heart doctors on their way to a cardiology conference.